Rich McPhillips is sporting a new look. And that's because if you've missed the memo, there's going to be another driver in this car at a few various times during the course of the year. That's going to be Troy Coughlin Jr., who is standing down there alongside the yellow and black liveried Rich McPhillips car. Jeff Veale out of Ontario for Team Kendall and Caledonia Tire. Super Gas. Super Gas. Need you to the lanes, please. Super Gas. Come on down. The target is Jeff Chatterson at 543 and 267 miles an hour. These are a couple of cars that in conditions like this on this racetrack, you would think, that's a given. They're both going to get inside that. I do believe we're going to see 520s before we're all said and done. And we've got, what, 6 cars left? Oh, yeah, we're going to see 20s. Could we see teens? Maybe. As a general rule, I don't think most guys would go for a teen right off the bat, but then, well, Randy Meyer knows more about these things than I do. I have a feeling if somebody does it, he'll be the one. All right, fuel on the high side, foot off the clutch, bump them in easy. .282, 276 miles an hour, and I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. Okay, actually I lied. I really did want to say that. Jeff Veale goes 10-10 at 83 miles an hour. Jeff Veale's car was actually more aggressive to the 60-foot clock, and then it just puffed the tire out there. He was instantly off of the loud pedal. And Rich McPhillips goes to number 1 at 528 and 276 miles an hour. On the bump. That's Megan Meyer. She knows Jeff Veale is going to run better than 573. Knows it. Take it to the bank. So if she doesn't step up, she probably will be a spectator tomorrow. The next vulnerable person, should both of these cars step up, is Justin Ashley at 549. So if they both run where they should, our bump spot will fall down to 543. And Justin will be bumped out. Jeff Veale's car has not yet started backing up, and Megan Meyer is already behind the line. Now, if Jeff Veale has a broken reverser, that's one thing. If he's got a clutch dragging, that's a whole other thing. Because even though they're going to be able to push it back, it is going to be building heat in the clutch. Randy Meyer and the team over on the left side. No panic at all. And Jeff Veale's team looks like, yep, nope, we're good. The bright red car out of Canada is not qualified. The Myers sisters' car out of Kansas is the bump. So simple math. If they both want to stay in after this run, they both have to go quicker than 549. And we're now ready. What do you think it's got to feel like to know that, okay, if this all works out perfectly, I'm bumping my teammate, because that's basically the position Megan's in right now. Megan had to pedal it. Jeff Veale, 529. And Team Canada's in. 281 big-time miles an hour out there for top speed of the meet. Rich McPhillips and Jeff Veale up next. I know you have a tough time believing this looking at round number 1, but we did have a couple of blown cars here this weekend. With the weather and track conditions, the injected cars have really been eating it up out here. A new look for Rich McPhillips this year, the yellow and black of jegs.com. If you follow NHRA.com or follow along in National Dragster, you probably know that Troy Coughlin is going to be in this car, and sooner rather than later. But right now, it's going to be Rich McPhillips trying to deal with Jeff Veale and the Canadian team. These two teams, again, very familiar with each other. They both run in the Eastern region. They both hail from the Northeast, although Jeff is further north, being in Ontario, Canada. And in qualifying, they were less than 1/100th of a second apart, with Rich McPhillips being number 4 in the yellow car and Jeff Veale in the red car being number 5. Caledonia Tire's been on board with Jeff for a while. Team Kendall joining this year. Couple of family teams, Jeff and Gary Veale behind the red car. Rich and his son Rich Jr. who's ready to make the final adjustment there on the idle speed. As I mentioned, the performance of these two cars almost identical in qualifying. Tire shake and smoke for Rich McPhillips. That's game over. Jeff Veale goes 5.309, 279 miles an hour. Rich goes 857 at 96 miles an hour. From the time Rich hit the gas, the car kind of kicked the tail a little bit to the left, started shaking and rattling the tires, a little puff of smoke. And after a quick pedal, watching Jeff Veale drive off into the sunset, Rich gave up the chase and slows to an 857 at 96 miles an hour. So, or will it be Dwayne and Jeff? Dan Page was the number 1 qualifier, but he came back to the field a little bit back there in round number 1 with a 529. Jeff Veale qualified at 529, pretty much kept that pace with a 5.30 in round number 1. Everybody on the property knows what that Art Gallant car is capable of. What we're waiting and wondering and watching is, will it be able to do it again? Want lane choice? Run better than 24. Want to be in the final? Just get there in front of the guy in the other lane. It's that simple. That simple. Team Canada from Stony Creek, Ontario. That's Jeff Veale. And Dan Page has got a chassis shop up in New Hampshire where he builds race cars. Like, oh, let's see, that one, for instance, that he built for Art Gallant a few years ago. Art is in the airplane business. I just want to test drive a few of them. They were 100 apart in the last round. Part of me has to wonder if Jeff Veale's team in the right lane feels any kind of anxiety about what happened to Justin Ashley in that lane just moments ago. No problem, Jeff Veale getting off the starting line. No problem with Jeff Veale going to the final. 5.304, 280 miles an hour. Dan Page goes 533 at 267. Dan Page's car was really moving hard early, and then it slowed to top end. Look at the difference in speed. 13 miles an hour advantage Jeff Veale. Jeff had a 6 mile an hour advantage at the 8th mile and drove that baby all the way into the final round. So it'll be number 5 and number 6 qualifiers for the trophy, and Dwayne Shields will pick his lane over Jeff Veale, 524 to a 530. And now it's Jeff Veale and Dwayne Shields. And Super Cop, if you're not here, oh boy, are you late. So in a field that was all injected cars all the time, it comes down to the number 5 and 6 qualifier. But really, looking at the qualifying sheet, you could pretty much just throw that right out the window because everybody that was in this field had a legitimate shot at winning it. And when I told you that the Alcohol Funny Car final, those two were fairly evenly matched as far as final rounds and wins on the division trail, a little different story here in Alcohol Dragster. For Jeff Veale, this is his 4th final round. For Dwayne Shields, 46 in his tremendous career. And we're talking just at the regional level. Peak Antifreeze and Motor Oil against Kendall Motor Oil. The red car against the blue car. Ontario, Canada against Las Vegas, Nevada. Final 2 Alcohol Dragsters. Who gets the trophy? .527 Dwayne Shields, 274 miles an hour. And from the, you're not supposed to be able to do that in an alcohol dragster, especially an injected nitro car. Dwayne Shields' reaction time was 0:23. Jeff Veale was 0:17. How do you do that in an injected car? Well, don't ask me. Ask Jeff Veale and Dwayne Shields. Dwayne picks up regional win number 30 in his tremendous career. And now they've taken that car out of the trailer twice this year. They've been to 2 final rounds. Runner-up to Jackie last time. Winner over Jeff this time.